What is up, boys? Brady back with another video. I just wanted to throw together a quick one for you guys on my Void Gauntlet and Fire Staff build currently. I played this for the majority of today. Leveled up the Void Gauntlet a little bit. It's still not level 20, but it's decent enough to get a okay feel for what this build would feel like. This is my current build right now. It's not level 20 yet, so we have to keep that in mind. I might go finish that off right now, actually. It's level 15. So I guess I'll just kind of point to the points that I would go with if it was level 20. The three abilities that I run are Void Blade, Oblivion, and Petrifying Scream. And these three abilities synergize really well together because you kind of pop one after the other. They just have really good flow. So kind of how the rotation goes is you Petrifying Scream the target that you want to stay on. You drop Oblivion on your feet when you're in melee range of the target. This gives you 20% power for 6 seconds and just does like a dot to the enemy, kind of like Ice Storm would. And then you pop your Void Blade out and you just start meleeing them. You can light attack or heavy attack. The reason I kind of heavy attack pretty often is because I will have this passive at some point. Successful thrust attacks heal self for 5% weapon damage per disintegrate stack on its target. It does scale exclusively with focus, so I might end up going like 100 focus build. That's still kind of up in the air, but currently I'm running full int and con right now. So this passive is amazing along with this passive. So CDR in this build is really high. You kind of get your abilities back really quickly, which makes you go really fast, is what I've learned. And so that's the reason I take these two passives over here. Fervent Thirst. This is kind of a wasted passive, to be honest. Plus 5% mana per successful ranged light attack against targets afflicted by Void Gauntlet debuffs. You're not going to get a lot of use out of this, but the reason I put a point to this is so that you can get down into Radiant Efficiency, which mana costs are reduced by 25% while above 50% mana. So this passive is really good, and it's going to help a lot with mana management on this weapon. This passive here, plus 10% crit chance with all abilities on cooldown. And the reason why this passive is so good is because of the flow of the three abilities. All of your abilities are kind of on cooldown at the same exact time without you even wanting them to be. So you Petrifying Scream, that puts that on cooldown. You drop Oblivion, and you pop Void Blade. So now you're meleeing with the Void Blade while everything is on cooldown. So you basically just have plus 10% crit chance the times that you actually want to be doing damage. Keen Confidence is really good. Plus 10% crit chance while above 50% health. So just on your opener. Now you have plus 10, plus 20% crit chance, right? Plus 10% CDR and all abilities on critical hit. So this is why Keen is really good in this weapon, because the more you crit, the faster your abilities get off cooldown. And then Empower when casting abilities within 5 meters of an enemy. So, I mean, this is pretty much all the time, right? Petrifying Scream only hits people within 5 meters. So there's one stack. You're going to drop your Oblivion for another stack. And then you're going to pop your Void Blade for another stack. So increasing damage by 10% for 5 seconds, stacking for 3 times. So that's 30% in power. Then dropping Oblivion again is another 20% in power. So you kind of have just 50% in power, if I am correct here. I don't see why these wouldn't stack. I think they would exclusively say that in the tooltip there if they didn't. Plus 5% CDR and all abilities when successfully hitting enemies afflicted by 3 more debuff stacks. And why this is good is because this actually puts a debuff stack on the target. This just you can either light attack or heavy attack when you have this out, but both attacks inflict disintegrate on successful hits, dealing 5% weapon damage per second, and reducing damage absorption by 5% for 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So the dot is actually really good. It does damage over time. It doesn't hit that high, but it hits pretty often. It actually starts taking some decent damage when you get up to 3 stacks. So this is really good. And then this is kind of the bread and butter. Not so much the bread and butter. It's just really nice. This just happens passively, kind of. On a successful ability hit, get a stack of Void Essence at 6 stacks. So when you hit something 6 times, consume all the stacks and gain a 3-meter aura that heals self and friendlies for 30% weapon damage, which only heals. It only scales exclusively off of focus, and then deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies within. This actually does decent damage, and this kind of just pops passively, right? So if you're just going ham with Petrifying, you Petrifying Scream, you drop Oblivion, and you get your Void Blade out, this is probably gonna pop, right? This is gonna proc for you, and it's really good. Your attacks inflict weaken to the targets inside the radius, reducing the damage by 5% per 4 or 5 second hit, stacks up to 3 times. So this is also really good, right? You're going to get 15% weaken to the enemy. And we will put a point in this at some point, plus 15 stamina per second for self and friendlies while inside the radius. So this is also really good. Root duration increased by 1 second on targets below 50% health. This is insane. This is how you kind of just finish off a target, right? So if you petrifying stream somebody below 50% health, now they're in it for, what, 3 seconds. That's a long time. And this is also amazing. Gain fortify for each enemy hit, stacks up to 3 times. So you can get 30% fortify if you hit 3 targets, which you're going to need that fortify, right? You kind of got to be a little bit tanky when you're going in and you're just about a melee, right? So now I have 4 points left, right? 16, 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 5 points left. So I would put a point here, Invigorating Oblivion. I would put a point here in Leeching Agony on critical hit, getting health equal to 5% of damage done. So there's 1, 2, 3. Gain Fortify and Start, increasing damage absorption by 20%. So this is also really good. You get Fortify here and Fortify here. Plus 10% critical damage on Void Blade attacks, which is insane. I'm kind of trolling that I don't even have this yet. And then Leeching Blade. Leeching Blade is kind of up in the air. If you don't want to run focus, just don't go Leeching Blade, basically. Because it scales exclusively with focus. So if you don't have any focus, you're just not really getting any use out of this. You'd rather put that in like Forsaken Pact, probably. Plus 10% damage on below 50% mana. Which actually might be the move. But there's just a lot of passive healing on the weapon that it might just be worth to go some focus. I just haven't tested it. I've just been going like full int and con, alright? 150 con and like 280 int. And it actually smacks. I'll show some footage at the end of the build for you guys. It's a really good build in OPR. I haven't tested it fully yet. I only got a couple OPRs in like World PvP, but it is really fun and actually pretty decent. Now the Fire Staff build, guys, this is a bit weird, okay, after the changes. It's a bit weird. Yeah, I have Reheat. I don't really know about this quite yet, but it feels really good so far. And the reason I take this is because, here, there really isn't a lot of other things to put a point in, right? So I go my Incinerate, I go my Burnout, okay? I go Let It Burn, Fortify. There's another Fortify, which is amazing. This is why sometimes I feel really tanky and light, right? Because there's just so much Fortify coming in, especially with the Wood Gauntlet now too. Now this is basically Singe, guys. Watch It Burn is now Singe, so they swapped Watch It Burn and Singe. So you just put your point here instead. You know, Reheat opens up from that. I mean, Reheat would have been open anyways, I guess. Because I would have put a point in like combat speed or something after finishing off over here. So I put a point here, here, here. You don't want to point in... Well, I don't like the light attack. Watch It Burn. It's called Singe now. It's just weird. I don't prefer this. I just don't light attack very often. So I'd put a point here, here, and here, and here. I also don't like Rune of Helios. If you guys know me, if you guys watch my videos, I don't prefer Rune of Helios. But I also like Spell Focus because I think they reduced mana regen in this patch. This is what somebody claims. This is what somebody told me. I haven't tested it. I haven't seen it tested. I've just heard it from multiple sources, and it feels to be true. I just go really fast now, for some reason, faster than I was with the Ice Gauntlet over the Wood Gauntlet. So, yeah. So like I feel like this is good to take, as well as Reheat is good to take. It just helps a lot. I found myself chugging Mana Pots and OPR and Open World PvP way more than I have ever needed to chug pots before in the past. So it was just, I don't know. This just feels really good. And I just don't know what else I would put this point in. Combat speed, I guess, but I'd rather take Reheat, I think, to be honest. So that's the Fire Staff build there. And then my attributes are... I have 310 int right now because I have 30 int food. So this would be 280 instead, boys. I don't actually have this many stats. That'd be pretty nice. I have 150 con, just to be tanky. This still feels really good after the changes. And then 280 intelligence, basically. I have 14 focus because there's some focus on the Lazarus Watcher Void Gauntlet that I crafted, which I'll show you guys. That's my stat distribution. And then here's my Void Gauntlet. So this is the Lazarus Watcher Void Gauntlet. I don't have potential 600 cap on Arcana because I don't have the Arcana boots. So my cap was 598. I got 596. I put Enchanted on it. I don't really know why I put Enchanted on it. I feel like I would rather have Keen or Vicious because... Keen especially because there's a lot of things that happen through your passives of the Wood Gauntlet that only happen when you crit, right? So just critting more often is just good for the weapon. So I would get probably like Keen, Vicious, and like Keenly Empowered or something is probably best, right? and I don't want the focus on it, but it came pre-built with focus, so I'm just dealing with it for now. I'm going to build a better one soon here. But also keen speed was buffed as well, so this weapon actually doesn't feel too bad right now. This is my fire staff, spell staff of fiery intent, keen vicious. It's my helmet. This is my chest. It's actually not that good of a chest. I had it crafted and I was like, it's good enough to wear for now. I definitely need to replace some of these pieces. There's my gloves. It's the faction gloves. It's my pants, which are actually pretty bad as well. And then I just have the faction boots. My necklace is good. Con, frozen protection, which I guess isn't as useful now, but it's still good. There's still some Icecon players. And then health, which is just BIS, right? You need health on your necklace. This is how I have 11.5 thousand health with 150 con. I mean, I'm just tanky, right? The ring is okay. I mean, it's kind of just one good perk, right? You just need keen awareness. Infected is pointless. So hopefully I craft a better one soon. And then here's my earring, which is also meh. I could get the legendary Elf Forgotten Gain. I just haven't farmed it yet. And then hopefully I craft an earring with refreshing toast on it. And go from there. But yeah, guys, that is the build for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions below, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, there's two musket. There's two of them on me.
I'm coming, bro. I'm gonna invite you, okay? Just accept so I can see.
Okay.
Okay, I fucking died.
Wait, from what?
A brute. I had my map open again.
Oh no.
Dude, I can actually port to the settlement and then fast travel to you.
I got one. I got the guy that killed you.
Should I fast travel? It cost me 400.
Got them both.
Life step in the middle.
The hour has come at last.
Nice. Now they're taking Star back.
not sit idle.
Come on. That's it, bro.